Hello and welcome to Unacademy, a one-stop destination for all English medium UPSC aspirants. Welcome to Conquer Prelims 2024. This is first session in Science and Technology. Before we start the session, a very important announcement. As the prelims exam is approaching, I am sure you all want to evaluate your preparation and you want to know where you stand in the national competition. For that, we are organizing Unacademy All India Prelims Mock Test 2024. The exam will be held on May 26th and the exam will be conducted in two papers. Paper 1 GS is at 9:30 am and paper 2 CSAT is at 2:30 pm. Register for the test free of cost. All the best. And if you want to know more about the test, the mobile number is given here. You can feel free to contact. Let us start the discussion. Question number 1. This is question number 1. Read the question, read the statements very carefully and read this particular point. Observe whether how many questions are asked or what questions are asked. You have 60 seconds to solve this question and your time starts now. Please don't give the answers in the messages. Your messages will distract your other friends. At any cost, please don't give the answers in the messages. Kindly participate in the poll. Okay. Let us start the discussion. But before we discuss this particular question, statements and choices, what we can do is, let us try to understand some core concepts used in the statements. Okay? Right. So first of all, what is the right answer for this question? The right answer for the question is D. The right answer for the question is D. But before we discuss the question, let us try to understand some core concepts used in the statements. First, let us try to understand what is Aditya L1. Yes, what is Aditya L1? Of course, it is a spacecraft. Then, what kind of a spacecraft is it? Is it intended to study the moon or the earth or the sun? Yes, Aditya L1 is intended to study what? Sun. It is a solar probe. Okay, next. What it wants to study about the sun? About the sun, what Aditya L1 wants to study? It wants to study about solar wind, solar flare, solar storms, geomagnetic storms, and coronal mass ejections. Okay. If this is all sounding Greek and Latin for you, if you have doubts what is solar storm, what is geomagnetic storm, what is solar flare, what is solar wind, don't worry, we are going to discuss them. So, Aditya L1 is intending to study all these things. Next point. It is launched by which vehicle? Yes, it is launched by PSLV-XL, the workhorse of ISRO. Most of the important launches are done using this vehicle only. Then, where is this located? Yes, can anybody tell me where is this Aditya L1 located? Keep interacting. Where is Aditya L1 located? It is located at Lagrange point number 1. At Lagrange point number 1. Right. But to understand what is this Lagrange point number 1, we have to know what is a Lagrange point. Very good, very good. Okay, thank you so much for your beautiful interaction. Okay, so to understand about L1, we have to know what is this Lagrange point. Okay, to understand Lagrange point, we have to know about what is an orbit. So first of all, what is an orbit? Imagine this is the Earth and this is an orbit around the Earth. And imagine this is a satellite. This satellite is subjected to two forces. One is the gravitational force towards the Earth and the other one is the momentum or velocity of the satellite. Okay, answer these questions. By chance, the first scenario, if the gravitational force is more than the velocity, what happens to this satellite? If the gravitational force is more than the velocity, what happens to this satellite? Yes, it will fall onto the Earth. Very good, beautiful. Okay, second scenario. If the velocity is more than the gravitational force, what happens to this satellite? It will, yes, it will escape into the space. Very good, intelligent people. Okay, the third scenario. When the gravitational force is equal to velocity, then what happens to this satellite? It will keep orbiting. Okay, answer this question. Is this explanation about Lagrange point or is it about a normal orbit? Is this explanation about Lagrange point or a typical orbit? Yes? This is about a normal orbit. Then what is Lagrange point? In the Lagrange point, what happens is three forces should balance each other. Three forces should balance each other. In a normal orbit, how many forces? Two forces. In the Lagrange point, how many forces? Three forces. What are the three forces? Okay, the gravitational force of two large bodies. The gravitational forces of two large bodies. What are those two large bodies? One, look at here. This is L1. This is subjected to gravitational force of the sun, isn't it? Because this is the sun, right? This is our superstar, that is sun. Okay, gravitational force towards the sun. Second one is gravitational force towards the earth. Is it clear? The third force is velocity of this Aditya L1. Velocity of this Aditya L1. So, in a typical orbit, two forces should balance each other. A point where three forces balance each other is called as Lagrange point. A point where three forces balance each other is called Lagrange point. Is it clear for all of you? Yes, everybody, keep responding. Yes, very good. Okay, we have 5 Lagrange points between the sun and earth. Okay, so we have 5 Lagrange points between the sun and the earth. This is L1, L2. L2 is famous for, what is this? Can anybody tell me what is that you can see in the L2? What is that spacecraft that you see at L2? Yes, everybody? Very good, exactly. Okay, Kamlesh, James Webb Space Telescope, very good. Okay, then there is another mission called as Vigil mission. Did you hear about it? By European Space Agency? This is located at European Space Agency's Vigil mission. Vigil mission is located here and also here. Is it clear? Everybody tell me, Vigil mission located at 2 Lagrange points, not only L5, 2 Lagrange points. What are they? Okay. L1 and L5. L1 and L5. Right? Okay. Aditya L1 is located in? Aditya L1 is located in? L1. Aditya L1 is located in L1. I hope you understood everything about the Lagrange points. Okay. Now let us discuss the question. It was launched using GSLV Mark II? No, wrong statement. It was launched using PSLV XL. It is launched in an orbit around Lagrange point number 2? No, wrong statement. It is launched at Lagrange point number 1. It carries 3 payloads to study the solar corona, sun's photosphere, chromosphere, other solar emissions, etc. Let us check this. It is not, okay, 3 payloads. It is total 7 payloads are used. 7 payloads are used to study the sun. Okay, so this is not 3, rather it is 7. So this statement is also wrong. Okay, so which of the above statements are correct? None of the above. It means all are wrong. Such a negative attitude question, right? All statements are wrong. Right? Clear for all of you? Yes. So that's all about the first question. So now let us move on to the question number 2. Be ready for question number 2. The question number 2 is here, which is a very related question related to Aditya L1. Okay. This is about the solar storms. Okay. Read the question carefully. You have just 60 seconds and your time starts now. Yes, similar to the 2023 previous UPSC question. Yes, similar. You need some easy questions also to be motivated. No problem. All questions cannot be difficult. Moreover, let us see actually how many people will answer this. The right answer for the question is, unfortunately, C, not D. You are tuned to keep D, right? You are tuned to keep the answer D. But unfortunately, the answer is C. Okay? Yes. Okay, leave the question aside. But before we discuss this question, let us try to understand some basic concepts given in the statements. Some basic concepts related to solar storms. Because the intention of this question is not only to solve this question. The main intention of this question is to understand the relevant concepts. Yes or no? The main intention is not to solve this question. The main intention is to understand the relevant concepts. If you get some other questions related to it, you should be in a position to answer. Okay. And did you see in the social media about the beautiful aurora, that is the lights, northern lights, okay, across the globe in different places? The social media is flooded with that messages on May 11th, isn't it? So let us try to understand these concepts. Okay. First, let us try to understand what are the solar flares. Use the word, all of you. Solar flares. Right? Now think only about solar flares. Don't think about solar wind, coronal mass ejection, solar storm, all those things. Focus only on the solar flares. What are the solar flares? They are electromagnetic waves. Yes, keep responding. What are the solar flares? Electromagnetic radiation. Right? Everybody please keep messaging me back. What are the solar flares? Electromagnetic waves. Which category? Okay, radio waves, X-rays, gamma rays, etc. These are the electromagnetic waves. So they are like light, isn't it? Light is also an electromagnetic radiation, right? Light is also an electromagnetic radiation. So just like light, it will take 8 minutes for the solar flares to reach the earth. Is it clear? Right. And the solar flares are categorized into these categories. Okay. If you understood this, everybody tell me, what is the least intensity solar flare? Everybody, what is the least intensity solar flare? A. Highest intensity solar flare is? Highest intensity solar flare is X. Okay, thank you so much for your beautiful response. Okay, so these are the solar flares. Why are we discussing this? Okay, why are we discussing this? Okay, this is the news here. The sun emitted 2 strong solar flares on May 11th. NASA's Solar Dynamic Observatory captured the images of this event. What category solar flares reached the Earth? On May 11th, what category solar flares reached? Okay, look at this. X5.8. Is it clear? It means, okay, higher side of the highest intensity. It means, okay, in the X category also very high. Okay, almost highest intensity solar flare reached on May 11th. Same way, May 13th, X1.5. Which is high intensity? May 11th or May 13th one? 5.8 is higher intensity, 1.5. So on May 11th, we got the highest intensity solar flares. Okay, so to sum up, solar flares are the electromagnetic radiations, X-rays, gamma rays, radio waves, etc. They take 8 minutes to reach the Earth. We are studying about this because May 11th and May 13th, we got very high intensity solar flares. The next concept we are trying to understand is solar winds. What is solar wind? Solar wind is, okay, charged particles. Everybody message me, what are solar winds? What are solar winds? Done. We should make it as interactive as we are talking one-to-one. Yes, everybody, what is solar wind? Charged particles. Very good, beautiful. Okay, Mukesh, Pallavi, very good. Okay. What are these charged particles? Electrons, protons, alpha particles. And their kinetic energy. Kinetic energy means what? Energy of a moving object. Their kinetic energy is 0.5 to 10 kiloelectron volts. So flares are the radiation and solar wind is the charged particles. Very good. Okay. Then what is coronal mass ejection? Look at the word corona. First, what is corona? This is outermost layer of sun's atmosphere. Outermost layer of sun's atmosphere. So coronal mass. Okay. What do you mean by the word mass? Mass means matter. Matter which has a physical existence. Coronal mass ejection. What do you mean by ejection? Ejection means what? Okay, emitted, okay, or released, okay, or sent out. It means if some matter is, okay, released from the sun's corona, if some matter is released from the sun's corona, that is called as coronal mass ejection. Okay. This matter is in which form? Solid, liquid, gas. This mass is in which form? This matter is in which form? None of them. None of them. This is in the form of plasma. This is correct. So if some plasma is released from the sun's corona, then it is called as coronal mass ejection. Somebody having problem with English medium, and in the beginning itself I told you that it is one-stop destination for all English medium UPSC aspirants. So yes, this is English medium course. Okay. So if plasma is released out of the sun's corona, that is called as coronal mass ejection. Now coming back to this point. Okay. So here solar wind, solar flare, coronal mass ejection, all of them, what they are doing? Look at here. Solar wind, flares, coronal mass ejections, all of them are dragging the sun's magnetic field. Is it clear? They are dragging the sun's magnetic field towards the earth. Towards the earth. Is it clear? Okay. Winds, flares, coronal mass ejection, they are dragging the sun's magnetic field towards the earth. Is it clear? So, this sun's magnetic field will interfere with the, okay, earth's magnetic field. Earth's magnetic field. Is it clear? Simple. Sun's magnetic field disturbs Earth's magnetic field. That is called, okay, solar storm. Is it clear? What is a solar storm? When the sun's magnetic field disturbs the Earth's magnetic field, that is called as solar storm. It is a disturbance in the Earth's magnetic field. It is a disturbance in the Earth's magnetic field. Is it clear? Look at here. Geomagnetic storm. It is a major disturbance of Earth's magnetic sphere due to heliospheric magnetic field. What is heliospheric magnetic field? Sun's magnetic field. Heliospheric magnetic field is sun's magnetic field. Major disturbance of Earth's magnetosphere due to the heliospheric magnetic field that is dragged out from the solar corona by the, okay, from the solar corona by the, who is dragging it out? Winds, flares and coronal mass ejection. That is called geomagnetic storm. And geomagnetic storm is categorized from G1 to G5. Tell me, what is the highest intensity geomagnetic storm? What is the highest intensity geostorm? Okay, Abhilasha, I am going to give you in a few seconds. G5 is highest intensity. Okay, why are we discussing about this solar storms now? Why are we discussing about the geomagnetic storms? Because an extreme, very rare G5 level solar storm hits the earth on 11th May. 11th May, G5 category solar storm hits the earth. Is it clear? That is the reason why we are discussing about this. Is the news clear? Okay. Then, now, Abhilasha is asking me, is the geomagnetic storm and the solar storm same? Is the geomagnetic storm and solar storm same? Okay. And Hindi medium students, okay, here you can slightly take the advantage of learning English, because at least you will have to understand all these things. Moreover, the English that I speak is very, very basic level English I speak, because you know the reason? Interesting reason, I don't know high level English. I speak very, very basic level English. Even Hindi medium students can understand. Okay, so you can just have to try to understand it, right? Okay, right. So one student was asking me whether geomagnetic storm or solar storm are the same or not. Yes, same, almost the same. But the only difference is solar storms are similar to geomagnetic storms. However, they can last only few minutes to several hours, but the effects of geomagnetic storms can last for weeks. Okay, solar storms, geomagnetic storms, both are same. But tell me, if a solar storm lasts for 1 week or a few weeks, what do you call it as? Everybody please. If a solar storm lasts for 1 week to few weeks, what is it called as? Yes, everybody? Geomagnetic storm. But if a geomagnetic storm's effect lasts for only a few hours, then it is called as? If the effect of a geomagnetic storm lasts for only a few hours, then it is called as? Yes, solar storm. Okay, solar storms last for few minutes to few hours, whereas geomagnetic storms few. Okay, now coming to the question. Okay, because this is see, wind, flare, coronal mass ejection, solar storm, geomagnetic storm, all these are disturbing the Earth's magnetic field. So anything related to electricity, anything related to electricity, anything related to magnetism, anything using electromagnetic waves like radio waves, okay, will get affected. Is the logic clear? Anything using the electricity, anything using magnetism or electromagnetic waves like radio waves means our Wi-Fi will get affected, our GPS will get affected, all our satellites will get affected. Is it clear? All our satellites will get affected. Okay, and also our radars will get affected. Is it clear? Electrical grids will get affected. Okay, plus aurora. What are this aurora or aurora borealis? This is about the northern lights, the beautiful lights we see in the sky. Even the birds homing process also will get affected. What is this birds homing? See, all these birds will fly to one place. Did you observe in the evening exactly they come back to their home? So it is surprising, how do they know the home? How do they remember the route they traveled? Is it clear? That is, they have a biological compass. They have a biological compass. We can call this as sixth sense. Okay. Why am I calling it as a sixth sense? Because we have 5 senses. Taste, smell, okay, listen, okay, and touch. Like that we have 5 senses. Can you sense the direction? Can you sense the direction? Do you have a compass in your body? Can I sense whether it is north or south? No. But some birds have this particular sense. They can sense this like magnetic field. So that is the reason why if a solar storm occur, birds homing process will get affected. So all these GPS, power grids because they use electricity, GPS because they use electromagnetic waves, orbits because they are using electromagnetic waves like radio waves. Is it clear? Okay. And storms can disturb the radio signals affecting the communication system like Wi-Fi, internet, all these things. Okay. And will it increase the temperature on the earth? No, it will not increase the temperature because the effect is only magnetic field disturbed. Magnetic field disturbed. If the magnetic field is disturbed, I am giving you the explanation, Pradeep. If the magnetic field is disturbed, how can it increase the temperature? All these are disturbing the Earth's magnetic field. So it cannot increase the temperature. Okay. So the right answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Option C. Okay. Now moving on to the next question. Question number 3. Read the question carefully. You have 60 seconds to solve. You have 60 seconds to solve. And your time starts now. Okay. 44% have the right answer. Yes, the right answer is C. Right answer is C. Okay. As we have done with the question number 1 and 2, before we discuss the question, let us try to understand some basic concepts covered in the statements. First, okay, what is a deep web? What is deep web? Deep web is nothing but the web that is not, that part of the web that is not visible, in regular browsing. Is it clear? Deep web is that part of the web which is not visible in the regular browsing. Yes, it means it is not accessible. It is not accessible. Is it clear? Okay. So, can you all tell me for what purposes we use it? Can you all tell me for what purposes we can use it? Police people can use it. Military people can use it. Military people can use it. For national security we can use it. For national security we can use it. Okay. Or if you want to use the internet, okay, without revealing your identity. Is it clear? Okay. So, anonymously. Anonymous browsing. You want to search the internet without revealing your identity. Plus illegal activities. Is it clear? Plus illegal activities. So all of you tell me, is the deep web, okay, is the deep web only for illegal activities? Is the deep web for only illegal activities? No, it is not only for the illegal activities. It is for police, military, for many national security events, or if you are working in a very confidential matters where you want to use internet in such a way that your identity is not revealed. Okay, in that situations we can use the deep web. But it can, yes, very good. Track the terrorists. It means we have to, see, for example, you have this ethical hacking. You studied about the ethical hacking. What is ethical hacking? To find out about the hackers. Okay. So, if the deep web is used for illegal activities, yes, crypto mining also, that is also an illegal activity. Okay. It can be used for illegal activities. It can also be used to track the illegal activities. It can also be used to identify the people who are doing illegal activities. For both the reasons we can use it. So, okay, which is a bigger concept? Deep web is a bigger concept. Okay, I have drawn two circles here. Which circle is deep web? The outer circle is deep web or the inner circle is deep web? Okay, this is deep web and this is dark web. It means, okay, dark web, when we use this particular deep web for illegal activities, only in that situation we use the word dark web. We use the word dark web only when you use it for illegal activities. This is about the deep web and dark web. Okay. Deep web is largely used to protect the personal information, safeguard databases and access certain services. Is the first statement correct? Everybody, is the first statement correct? Yes? Very good. Intelligent people. Dark web is often used to engage in the illegal activities, correct? Dark web is often used to engage in the illegal activities, correct? Yes, correct. Deep web forms a small part of the dark web. Deep web forms a small part of the dark web. No. Opposite. Dark web forms a small part of the deep web. So this is wrong. Darknets are the networks that use internet but require specific software, configurations or authorization to access. Yes, correct. Everybody cannot access the darknet. Okay, so see, 3 only are correct. 3 are correct. Which 3 are correct? Okay, 1, 2 and 4 are correct. 1, 2 and 4 are correct. Is it clear? Yes. So, this is all about the question number 3. Okay, we need special softwares for that. Okay, Praneeth, we need special software for that. So, all deep web is not dark web, but all dark web is deep web. Correct, correct. Very good. Okay, right. Now, moving on to about the dark web, deep web, I have given some information here. You can read it later. Okay. Now, moving on to the 4th question. Read the question carefully. Read the question carefully. You have 60 seconds to solve and your time starts now. Yes. Okay, the right answer is C, and only 18% gave the right answer. So I think, okay, the question is very difficult. Okay, so the correct answer is C. Okay, only 1. This is the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Okay, so before we discuss the question, let us try to understand some basic concepts used in the statements. Let us discuss some basic concepts used in the question, right? Okay, so first of all, what is a T cell? Yes, if you know, tell me, what is a T cell? T cell is a cell that kills. T cell is a cell that kills altered self cells. Use the word altered self cells. Okay, I am explaining, Chetan. T cell is a cell that kills altered self cells. Use the word once, everybody. T cell is a cell that kills altered self cells. What do you mean by altered self cells? Okay, they are self cells but modified due to a disease. These are self cells but modified due to a disease, not genetically edited. Okay, I will take the freedom to use one Hindi phrase, that is, this is something like mera hai par teda hai. Is it clear? It means these are our own cells but, okay, modified. Our own cells but modified. Is it clear? Okay, examples. Cancer cell. Okay, all of you answer this question. For a cancer patient, cancer cells are self cells or coming from outside? For a cancer patient, cancer cells are their own self cells or coming from outside? Very good, intelligent. Okay, normally self cells must be protected or destroyed? Normally self cells must be protected or destroyed? Normally self cells must be Protected or destroyed? Yes, protected. Very good, intelligent. Okay. But they are self cells, na? Cancer cells are self cells. Because they are self, should we protect them or destroy them? Should we protect them or destroy? They are self only, but cancer cells. You want to protect cancer cells? You want to protect cancer cells? Yes, everybody? No, I want to destroy cancer cells, right? So we want to destroy cancer cells. I hope you got that concept. Mera hai par teda hai. Is it clear? They are my own cells, but I don't want to protect them because they are cancerous cells. They'll kill me if I don't kill them. Yes or no? Yes. One more example for such cells. One more example for such cells are, is it clear for all of you? Cancer cells are hurting, so I want to kill them. Cancer cells, they are my cells only, but they are hurting me, so I want to kill them. Very good, intelligent people. One more example is virus infected self cells. Virus infected self cells. Okay. Like, let us suppose this is our own lung cell. This is my own lung cell. But this is infected by SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus. My own cell, but infected by a virus. Should I protect it or destroy it? Everybody, should we protect it or destroy it? My own lung cell or your own lung cell, but infected by a virus, you have to destroy it. Very good. Why? Because this is altered self cell. Okay. So these are the two examples for altered self cells. Cancer cells and virus infected self cells are the two examples for altered self cells. And T cells are the cells that destroy the, what are the T cells? The cells that kill the altered self cells. Everybody tell me, what are the T cells? The cells that kill the altered self cells. Is it clear? Okay. We understood what is a T cell. Okay. But now what we have to understand, what is a CAR T cell? What is a CAR T cell? Look at here. Very carefully. This is very deep concept. Complete focus here to understand it. Look at here. This is a T cell. Is that clear? Everybody? What cell is it? T cell. On its surface, there is something called a T cell receptor. Is it clear? There is something called a T cell receptor. Clear for all of you? Yes. Here, this is a cancer cell. Okay. Which cancer? This is a lymphoma or myeloma. Lymphoma or myeloma. It means it is a type of blood cancer. Is it clear? Very good. Okay. Then, on its surface, there is something called as CD19. Tell me, what is there on this lymphoma cell? What is there on the lymphoma cell? CD19. 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 Okay. This CD19 is a unique protein which is there on the lymphoma cells. This is not present on any other type of cancer. For example, breast cancer. Do you have this CD19 on breast cancer cells? Do you have this CD19 on the breast cancer cells? No. Do you have this on the cervical cancer cells? No. Do you have the CD19 on the healthy body cells? No. So no other cells have it, only myeloma, lymphoma cells have it. It is a unique structure on these. So now what we are doing is, okay, we are adding, look at here. We are adding Can you see a Y-shaped structure here? This is nothing but an antibody to CD19. This is nothing but an antibody to CD19. Tell me, what is this Y-shaped structure? Every intelligent person here, what is this Y-shaped structure? Antibody to CD19. Antibody to CD19. Okay. Now, okay, the T cell receptor plus this antibody to CD19 together is called as chimeric antigen receptor. Together is called as chimeric antigen receptor. Okay, why this is called chimeric? Because the word chimera means mixture. The word chimera means mixture. It is a mix of two things. It is a mix of T cell receptor plus CD19 antibody. Is it clear? Therefore, it is called chimeric antigen receptor. We are adding this chimeric antigen receptor here. So now, all of you tell me, I want everybody to respond. Okay, this CAR T cell, can it kill any type of cancer cell or only myeloma? Can this CAR T cell kill any type of cancer cell or only myeloma? Only myeloma. That's it. That is CAR T cell therapy. It means we modify the T cell receptor in such a way that it will particularly attack on the myeloma cells. We modified by adding a gene for this chimeric antigen receptor. By adding a gene for this chimeric antigen receptor, we modified the T cell in such a way that it will precisely, specifically attack on the myeloma cells. So that is CAR T cell therapy. Okay, we understood the concept. Let us now deal with the question. In this method, a gene for chimeric antigen receptor is added to the T cells of the patient? Yes, correct. Single CAR T cell can be utilized to treat multiple types of cancers? No. We added an antibody for CD19. So it will destroy only CD19 containing myeloma cells. So CAR T cells are highly specific. CAR T cells are highly specific. And it is also used to cure cytokine release syndrome? No, it is an irrelevant statement. This is an irrelevant statement. CAR T cells have nothing to do with cytokine release syndrome. Is it clear for all of you? So, okay, which of the following statements is correct? Only the first statement is correct. Second and third statements are wrong. Okay, so that's all for this question. Let us move on to the next question. About CAR T cell therapy, I have given the information here. Okay, you can read it after the class. And this PPT will be available to you on the Telegram channel. If anybody is not in the Telegram channel, quickly subscribe to the Telegram channel so that you will keep getting information about such classes. And we are coming up with many such initiatives which will be useful for the students, right? Okay, next. Fifth question. The question is here. Read the question carefully and you have 60 minutes to solve. Your time starts now. Sure, I will upload with annotations. It will be uploaded with annotations. Thank you so much, Divij. Cytokine release syndrome, if you are curious, okay. In such 1.5 hour duration, it is not possible to explain every concept. Okay, you can consider joining the comprehensive course. In that we can discuss. This is only 1% of what we do in the comprehensive courses, right? Okay, now let us continue with the discussion. But before I discuss the question, let us try to understand the concepts given in the question. The question is about suicide drones. The question is about suicide drones. You didn't complete the poll yet? Okay. The question is about suicide drones. Don't guess the questions in the answer in the chat box. Don't give the answers in the chat box. Okay. Now, so what are these suicide drones? They are also called as kamikaze drones. Use the word once. They are also called as kamikaze drones. Only 19% have the right answer, right? They are also called as kamikaze drones. Okay. Do they launch the missiles, or is it like a missile by itself? They are unmanned aircraft that do not fire the missile. They don't fire the missile. But the drone itself is a missile. But they are the missiles. Is the difference clear? If you are like a bullet, okay, so that is like kamikaze drone, but you are not firing the bullet. Both are different. This itself is a missile, right? Okay, then they are also called as flying bombs. They are also called as flying bombs, also called as suicide drones. Kamikaze drones, suicide drones, flying bombs all mean the same. Okay, why are we discussing about it? What is the context? What is there in the news? During the Russia-Ukraine war, when the US wanted to help Ukraine in its fight with Russia, US sent some kamikaze drones to Ukraine. Ukraine got such drones from US to assist their fight against Russia. Similarly, Israel also requested such suicide drones from US. Is it clear? Recently, Israel also requested these suicide drones from US. And US is also considering sending this kind of drones to Israel. Is it clear? US is also considering sending this kind of drones to Israel. Okay. Then you may ask me, what is switchblade drones? What is switchblade drones? I'll try to explain with a small example. See, if I take paracetamol, that is the name of the drug. But if I say Dolo 650, that is the name of the brand. Did you understand the difference? So, switchblade is the name of a brand. Is it clear? And it is a suicide drone. Understood the point? Switchblade is the brand name, that is a company name, okay, and it is actually a kamikaze drone, it is actually a flying bomb, it is actually a suicide drone. They are also called as killer drones. This switchblade is coming in two different variants, switchblade 300, switchblade 600. They both are suicide drones, but they slightly differ in their capacity. Let us see what is this capacity. A switchblade 300 weighs 5.5 pounds and a switchblade 600 weighs 33 pounds. Which is heavier? Which is heavier? And they both are man portable. What do you mean by man portable? A man can carry them. A man can carry them. Did you understand? Very good. Thank you so much. And I keep asking these questions, okay, just to keep you engaged, to keep you focus on the class, to see to it that your thought is not diverted elsewhere. Does not mean that these questions are very important questions, not like that. This is only to keep you involved in the discussion. Same way, Switchblade 300, okay, can target at a range of 6 miles, okay, whereas 600 can target at a range of 25 miles. Is it clear? Plus, they contain cameras, videos, GPS information. Is it clear? How do they recognize the target? How do they recognize the target? Cameras, videos, GPS. Plus, they can also receive information from the other drones. It means from another drone, you can command this drone, okay, where to hit. Is it clear? Cameras, videos, GPS and command from another drone. These are the sources how the Switchblade drones will get the information. Is it clear? Okay, then. So, Switchblade 300 carries small explosives, 600 carries, okay, anti-armor warhead, making it useful against the vehicles. I mean 300 can hit a person, for example, an army personnel, whereas 600 can destroy a military tank. Is it clear? Yes, Mukesh, I am coming to that point. Okay, next very important point. A human operator has a possibility of calling off the attack. For example, let us suppose you thought that it is a military personnel, but it happened to be a kid. You have misunderstood. Okay, you thought it is a military personnel, but thought it is a kid. So you have to stop the attack, call off the attack. Or for example, you thought it is a military tank, but just 2 minutes before it attacks, you understood that it is an ambulance but not a military tank. Then what you have to do it? 2 seconds before, not 2 minutes, don't get confused. 2 seconds before also, you can call off the attack. 2 seconds before also, you can call off the attack. Is it clear? And countries like Russia, China, Israel, Iran, Turkey have their own versions of, look at this, they have their own versions of, means they don't have Dolo 650, they have Crocin. Paracetamol is there but not Dolo 650. I hope you understood the point. They have their own versions of lethal drones but not Switchblade. Not Switchblade. Now let us discuss the question. You are ready, empowered to solve this question. So now let us discuss this question. Switchblade drones are unmanned aircrafts that fire the missiles? No, they are missiles. They don't have to fire the missile. They are missiles. Next. US, Russia, China, Israel, Iran, Turkey have Switchblade drones? No, they don't have Dolo 650. They have Crocin maybe, but not Switchblade. Kamikaze drones are fully autonomous? No, you can call off. You can give commands using the other drones. You can give the commands using the other drones. You can 2 seconds before also. You can call it off. It's not fully autonomous. It should not be fully autonomous. By chance, if it is not military tank, if it is an ambulance, already unfortunate person going in the ambulance. If you again hit him with a drone, how? Okay, so that is the reason why kamikaze drones should not be fully autonomous. Okay, so which of the statements given above are not correct? All the above. All the above, right? Clear? Okay. So every information about these suicide drones is given here. Moving on to the 6th question. The question is here, right in front of you. Read the question carefully. You have 60 seconds to go. Start. Yes, the recorded classes link will be available in the Telegram channel. Okay, they'll post the link in the Telegram channel. You can watch it after that, after the class is completed. Sixth question, and the right answer is A. Only one statement is correct. Only one statement is correct. Which statement is correct? Fourth statement is correct. %12 gave the right answer. 12% gave the right answer. Okay. So let us discuss the question. It is French designed? No. Wrong. This is not French designed. So who designed it? Okay. See, designed by Aeronautical Development Agency. Is it clear? Designed by Aeronautical Development Agency, ADA. Manufactured by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Manufactured by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. So designed indigenously but not French. And is it single engine? Yes, it is a single engine. So here single engine correct, delta wing correct, okay, fighter aircraft correct. What made this particular statement wrong? French designed made the statement wrong. And is it 5th generation? No, this is 5.5 generation. So this is also wrong. The information is given here. It is 4.5 generation. This is 4.5 generation. Then, India already possesses Tejas Mark II? No, India already do not possess Tejas Mark II. Okay, so we are going to manufacture them. We are going to manufacture them in the future. Is it clear? And why are we manufacturing Tejas Mark II? We are manufacturing Tejas Mark II to replace these fighter jets. We already have Jaguar, Mirage 2000, MiG-29 fighter jets. Okay, and to replace these fighter jets, because they are outdated, they are getting outdated, we want a better fighter jet. That is the reason why we have designed the Tejas Mark II, and also we are going to manufacture it, but we currently do not possess them. Okay, so this is all information about Tejas Mark 1A and Tejas Mark II. Both are different. We already have Tejas Mark 1A. We do not have Tejas Mark II. Don't get confused between these two. Is it clear? Okay. So, only one statement is correct. And which statement is correct? Okay, fourth statement is correct. That's all with this question. Moving on to the next question. Okay. 7th question. Read the question carefully. The question and statements are right in front of you. And you have 60 seconds to solve. Your time starts now. This is also a factual question. This is a factual question. You cannot use intelligence to solve this. If you have studied this, then only you can solve it. If you have studied this, then only you can solve it. Okay. So the right answer is, yes, what is the right answer? The right answer is A. The right answer is A. Okay. Which of the above are not neglected tropical diseases according to WHO? And 32% have the right answer. 32% have the right answer. It's very good. Okay. Before we discuss the question, let us see, okay, the information needed to solve this question, some background information to solve this question, okay. But before even proceed with these concepts, I have one very important point to tell you that whether you are listening to this class or the Unacademy All India Prelims Mock Test 2024 or any other mock test or any other test series, don't be emotional with the test series. Don't fall in love with that. Don't hate that. Don't be super excited that you are knowing the answers. And don't be underconfident that you are not solving the answers. There are many people who does not do well in the test series but actually will get selected. And there are many people, okay, who do very well with the test series but actually will not get selected. It is all the game that you play in that particular time during the exam process. So don't keep any emotions with this test series. Just take it as an additional source of information. Is it clear? Right. So this is just based on some information. Okay. Why are we discussing this? Why are we discussing this? What is the news related to it? Okay. Ahead of the World Health Assembly 77th session, World Health Assembly 77th session, the World Health Organization released Global Report on Neglected Tropical Diseases. Tropical diseases means, okay, tropical diseases means the diseases in the tropical regions. And why the word neglected? Because see how much we speak about TB. TB harega, desh jeetega, Nikshay Poshan Yojana. So we speak so much about TB, isn't it? We have so many concepts, schemes, programs to solve the problem of TB. Is it clear? HIV virus is a hot topic. It's a hot topic. Actually, you need not worry so much about HIV. Let us suppose if a person gets HIV at his 40 years age. Do you know the HIV will have around 15 years lag phase. By the time HIV shows off its first symptom, he is already 65. Then what is the symptom? He will get more infections. He will get more infections. Means immunodeficiency. No problem, use antibiotics. Use antibiotics or behave the way that we behaved during the COVID-19 lockdown. Don't meet anybody, drink only the mineral water, don't even open your windows. Is it clear? Stay like that, you will not even get the other infections. You are cutting down the sources. Like that, if you extend the life for 10 more years, you are already 80 years. 80 years the person may die even if he has AIDS or not. AIDS is not there, still he may die at 80. So HIV need not be given that much hype as we are giving to it. So we talk more about these two diseases, but we don't discuss so much about these diseases. Means they are neglected tropical diseases. I hope you understood the concept of neglected tropical diseases. Yes. In the questions anyway, I am very negative. So at least in this attitude, let me be positive. Yes. So they are neglected tropical diseases. Is it clear? So these two are very popular and we are taking so many actions for it. So therefore, they both are neglected tropical diseases. In this particular report, examples of neglected tropical diseases, viral diseases like dengue, chikungunya, Zika, rabies, they are not rare. They are very common, but we are neglecting them. But unfortunately, they are very common, but they are more problematic than these two, but we are neglecting them. That is the issue. Okay? That is neglected tropical diseases. Okay? Right. Same way, we spoke so much about COVID-19, but do you know lakhs of people every year die due to this flu? We speak so much about COVID-19, but more people died due to flu than the COVID-19. That is neglected. This is overhyped. Some diseases we are giving overhype. Some diseases are neglected. Okay, so WHO released this neglected tropical diseases report when, okay, in the month of May 2024, this report came out. According to that report, some viral diseases like dengue, chikungunya, Zika, rabies, some protozoal diseases like African trypanosomiasis, leishmaniasis, etc. Some bacterial diseases like leprosy, cholera, etc. This is a factual question. Okay, that's all about the 7th question, and the answer is A. 1 and 2 statements are, okay, not the neglected tropical diseases. Moving on to the next question, 8th question. The question is a bit lengthy. Okay, so read carefully. You have 60 seconds to solve. Your time starts now. Okay, the answer is A, 1 only. Only 15% gave the right answer. The answer is A, and this is correct. Third statement is correct. Only third statement. So once again I have been very negative in giving these questions, right? So let us see why these two statements are wrong. What made them wrong? Okay, so let us first try to understand this third statement. Okay, some basics, some concepts to deal with this question. So first of all, okay, these are all electromagnetic waves. Every wave will have a peak or crest and a trough or a null. Okay, the distance between two crests or two troughs, okay, the distance between two crests or two troughs is called as wavelength. Okay, then the number of crests or troughs that pass a given point in unit time means, okay, okay, this is that given point. A, B. Which wave, okay, in which wave A or B more crests or troughs pass through the given point in 1 second? A or B, in which wave more crests or troughs pass through this given point in 1 second? Yes. So this is high frequency. High frequency means low wavelength. High frequency means low wavelength. This is, okay, low frequency. Low frequency means more wavelength. So, okay, next word is band, spectrum. What do you mean by the word spectrum? spectrum. Spectrum is a range of frequencies or wavelengths. Is it clear? It is a range of frequencies or it is a range of wavelengths. Look at here. Okay, from more wavelength to less wavelength. Is it clear? From more wavelength to less wavelength. That is called as spectrum. Then what do you mean by the word band? Band is also a range of frequencies or wavelengths, but this is like one word in a sentence, one part of it. Spectrum is like one complete sentence, more range, very long wavelength to very short wavelength. Okay, band is a smaller part of it. Okay, so one part of the spectrum, is called as band. Okay, what do you mean by bandwidth? This range is called bandwidth. For example, if the range is more, it is called broadband. If the range is less, it is called as narrow band. So is the concept of wavelength, frequency, spectrum, band clear? Yes. Okay. Frequency is measured in the hertz. Okay, the unit for frequency is hertz. Okay, and kilohertz means 10 to the power of 3. After kilo you have mega. After mega you have giga. After giga you have tera. After tera you have peta. After peta you have exa. Is it clear? This is the one. Now look at this statement. It seeks to utilize the terahertz band of frequency which is currently not yet used. In the 6G, we use terahertz frequency which is not yet used. Look at here. Look at this image. You will clearly understand. 6G begins here. 6G begins here. 95 gigahertz. Is it clear? Yes, everybody, let me check your observation. 6G is beginning at the... 6G is beginning at the... Yes, everybody? No, not beginning at terahertz. Not beginning at terahertz. It will end at the terahertz. Is it clear? Look at here. It will end here. Begin at 95 gigahertz. End at some around 430 to 750 here. End here. This is the 6G. 95 gigahertz to some around 500 terahertz like that. Is it clear? 95 gigahertz to some around 500 terahertz like that. Is it clear? Yes. So 6G is using the terahertz range frequencies which are not used. For example, check 5G. This is 5G. Look at 5G. Let me check your observation skills. 5G is using around 3.4 to 3.8 gigahertz, not at the terahertz. Gigahertz, not at terahertz. So that is the reason why this statement is correct. Okay. Now let us check this statement. It has been conceived as far superior technology. Correct. Okay. 1000 times faster than 5G. Not correct. Not 1000 times faster. Okay. It is 100 times faster. Okay. That is where it is wrong. Is it clear? And okay, what do you mean by latency? Latency means buffering. For example, in the Google, when you search something, it will keep buffering. That time, in how much time it will respond, that is called latency. 1 millisecond latency is that of 5G. 6G is microsecond latency, but the statement given here as millisecond. This makes it wrong. Is it clear? Okay, so this is a wrong statement because this is wrong. This is a wrong statement because this is not 1000, this is 100. This is not millisecond, this is microsecond, but this is correct. Okay, so only one is the right answer. I mean, third statement, third option is correct. Third option is correct. That is all about 8th question. Moving on to the 9th question. Okay, the question is here right in front of you. 60 seconds to solve. Your time starts now. "6G uses radio waves, but it will also use light waves." Raftar, good question. 6G uses radio waves, but it will also use light waves. Therefore, optical wireless communication or Li-Fi, light fidelity, is a part of 6G. 10 questions, Ishika. 10 questions. 6G cost may not increase. It depends on the business. If the competitors want, if there is more competition, they will try to give you for a cheaper cost. That is economy, not science and technology. You will go with A, but don't go anywhere. Okay, you please stay here. 9th question, the answer is done. Can I give the right answer? Yes, the answer is A. And which statement is correct? Okay, third statement is correct. Only one is correct. What is that? Third statement is correct. 34% gave the right answer. Okay. What is, let us first try to understand some basic concepts needed to solve this question. What is this HAPS? It is high altitude pseudo satellite. Is it a satellite? Yes, everybody, is this a satellite? Leave that choices, talk to me. Is this a satellite? Go by this name. Is this a satellite? No, it's not a satellite. It's a pseudo satellite. Why? Because it will not orbit. It will not orbit. Is it clear? Okay. Then, so they are uncrewed aircraft designed to operate in the stratosphere, 20 kilometers above the ground. Can any satellite orbit 20 kilometers above the ground? Can any satellite orbit 20 kilometers above the ground? No, because there will be more gravity. Gravity will be more. So at that gravity, it cannot orbit. It will collapse onto the earth. They essentially function as aerial base station providing internet connectivity and other services at low cost. Okay, they are powered by solar energy. So what is the purpose of this pseudo satellite? To provide internet. To provide internet. Is it clear? What is the problem with ground-based internet? What is the problem with ground-based internet? Okay, more obstacles you have. Okay, more obstacles you have, isn't it? More obstacles, buildings, constructions, all these things. Okay, what is the problem with satellite internet? Okay, the Starlink satellites are there, na? Elon Musk Starlink. Satellite internet, what is the problem? Costly. Costly, because they have to be maintained at a very high altitude. Is it clear? So this is something like a middle path. Not as high as a satellite, not like the internet on the ground based. That is high altitude pseudo satellite. And how do they stay there for such a long duration? Because they are powered by solar energy. Okay, they are powered by solar energy. They allow the coverage of very large areas, 500 kilometer diameter. I mean, okay, an internet provider in the HAPS will give internet over a geographic region of 500 kilometers. An internet provider in a HAPS will provide internet in a geographic span of 500 kilometers. Okay, they operate much closer to the earth than a satellite, isn't it? They operate much closer to the earth than a satellite. Okay, with lower latency. What is the advantage of HAPS? Okay, if the internet is coming from satellite, it should come from a long distance. Okay, so it will take more latency, but here it is coming from just 20 kilometers. Okay, so therefore lesser latency and greater two-way transmission speed. Sending, receiving speed will be faster. They are easier and less costly than the satellite internet. That is about HAPS. Okay, this is recently ISRO successfully tested. No, ISRO did not test them. CSIR National Aerospace Laboratory tested them. Is it clear? See, ISRO did not test them. They are tested by CSIR National Aerospace Laboratories. NAL tested it. Okay, so therefore ISRO makes this a wrong statement. Next, they are advanced uncrewed aircraft designed to operate in the ionosphere. No, they work in the stratosphere. 20 kilometer stratosphere. Okay, they are powered by solar energy. Correct. Okay, so that is all about the question number 9, and we are now proceeding further. Okay, last question in today's class, the question number 10. The question is right in front of you. Read the question carefully. 60 seconds to solve, and your time starts now. There is no negative marking here, so you can try, don't skip. Okay, the right answer is D, 1 and 4. The right answer is D, 1 and 4. Okay, what is the square kilometer array? Okay, what is the square kilometer array? Let us complete some basics and then come back to the question. Square kilometer array observatory. India has formally signed up for the Square Kilometer Array Observatory. Is India a member of SKAO? Is India a member of Square Kilometer Array Observatory? Yes. So, this statement is wrong. India is not a part of SKAO. Wrong. India is. We signed. Okay. We signed up for the Square Kilometer Array. And okay, it is not one instrument, but it is a vast collection of thousands of telescopes. This is not one telescope. It is an array of thousands telescopes. Is it clear? It is an array of how many telescopes? Thousands of telescopes, right? Thousands of telescopes. Where it is located? South Africa and Australia. Located in South Africa and Australia. And it will enable astronomers to probe celestial phenomena like up to extreme distances. What is the purpose of the Square Kilometer Array? To probe the celestial phenomena. Probe means what? Study. Probe means study. Celestial phenomena means the phenomena that happen in space. Any phenomena that happens in the space. Phenomena means what? Phenomena is not object, it is a process. It's a process, it is a concept. Any concept that occurs in the space is called as celestial phenomena. So why are we using the square kilometer array? To study the celestial phenomena. Okay, and what do you mean by a radio telescope? It is a specialized antenna and a radio receiver used to detect the radio waves from the celestial bodies. It will receive radio waves. For example, look at here. There is a celestial body and it is releasing the radio waves. They will fall on the square kilometer array and it will detect the celestial body. Is the process clear? Step number 1, a celestial body released the radio waves. These radio waves will hit the square kilometer array. It will have antennas that will receive that radio waves. It will analyze the radio waves and will try to understand what is the nature of that celestial body. Is it a planet? Is it a satellite? Is it an asteroid? Something like that. That is what is a radio telescope. This is about the square kilometer array. And it is not located in US, UK, it is located in South Africa and Australia. So these two statements are wrong and 1 and 4 are correct. This is the right answer. So that's all. These are all the questions I wanted to discuss with you for today. Let us meet again tomorrow sharp at 7:30 to discuss 10 more questions. Thank you. Excited to meet you all tomorrow sharp at 7:30. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your active participation. Thank you so much, Deepak. In science and technology, discussing more than 10 questions is not possible because the information is technical information. It is not informative. For example, if it is some history or like some other subject, okay, then most of the questions will be knowledge based, information based. But here I have to explain a particular technology like CAR T cell therapy or something like that. So in this particular subject, if we try to discuss more than 10, there is a chance that you will not understand them possibly. I don't believe in that. Let us do 10, but let us do them properly. If needed, let us try to cover more in the marathon session. There is one more marathon session on 27th May. Okay, so stay tuned. On marathon session, we'll try to discuss more questions. Thank you so much. Good night. Take care. Bye-bye.